What's up everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking. And today I'm giving you 2 meals in one video on the indoor Blackstone. Let's get into it. Okay, for the first meal, this is what we have. Some thick cut pork chops. There's 3 in this freezer bag. We usually buy pork chops in bulk and then we separate them as needed. So for tonight, what we're gonna do is 1 pork chop each, have some bread, pepper, and salt. The other one, I'm gonna season with the honey hog barbecue from Meat Church, and that's gonna be for my lunch tomorrow. We're basically gonna keep it just as simple as possible. I'm gonna fry up these pork chops on the indoor griddle. We're probably gonna toast the bread and have some pork chop sandwiches. Where you at, my people? How many of you out there eat sandwiches while sitting on a chair? Let's get into it. First one we're gonna season is for my lunch tomorrow. Again, this is just a honey hog barbecue seasoning from Meat Church. It's pretty good. I've tasted it. I've used it on chicken before. It's pretty good. I mean, I've said it before in my videos though. We prefer just a plain old SPG on the one for tonight. Simple salt and pepper. Can never go wrong with simple salt and pepper. Remember, I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just giving you ideas. Now that those are seasoned, let's get them on the griddle. All right, right now that we have this heating up, we're gonna start out with some butter on the griddle. We decided to go ahead and toast the bread. We'll let that start to melt and then we'll get the bread on there. What we'll do, just move the butter around, slather both sides of it until all the bread is coated. Just like that. We'll move it over to the dry side, or the drier side, and then whatever butter is left over, we'll just throw the pork chops right on top.
Just like that.
Move those over. We'll pay attention to those, take them off when they're ready. And as far as the pork chops go, we can go ahead and throw these on. One of the other things to remember too when you're using the indoor griddle is it tells you specifically in the instructions to not use metal utensils. I'm not actually using them, just using it to hold the pork chop so that I can flip it over. And then all right, these are done. I'm gonna get the griddle turned off. Internal temp for pork chops is usually around 145. I like to get mine up to about 155, 160. All 3 of these now are probing at 161. So turn it off, we'll let those cool down. And then in the meantime, we'll get the sandwiches ready. We're gonna keep it simple. Duke's mayo, best mayo out there. I'm just gonna put some of this mayo on the bread. However much you want. So on the first one here, the princess wants me to cut the bone out. So I'm just gonna get it as close to the bone as possible, trim around it, just like that. Slap that out on the bread, flip it over, and give her the bone to nibble on. As far as mine goes, I'm leaving the bone on, and I'm just gonna nibble around it. There you have it, folks. Meal number 1, pork chop sandwiches while I'm sitting on my chair. Stay tuned, we'll get into meal number 2 tomorrow. Day number 2, and boy do I have a good one for you. Bacon, chicken thigh, ranch sandwiches on the indoor griddle. First thing I'm gonna do is grab my boning knife and trim the bones out of them because these do have the bone. I want them to be flat. I'm gonna take the skin off of them and then we're gonna throw them on the griddle. You're just gonna feel where that bone is right here. You take your boning knife and we're just gonna trim all the way around and get that bone out. Today I don't feel like fighting with a chicken bone like I did the pork chop yesterday, so. And then it's just easier this way. The chicken will cook a little faster. Just like that, that's what we want. I'm gonna get the rest done like this, get them cleaned up, and then we'll be right back. Just like that, that is perfect right there. So with the chicken breast, I do like to use a binder. And in this case, we're just regular mustard. Just a little bit on both sides, don't worry about it. You're not gonna be able to taste it. We're just using it strictly as a binder. You rub it in, doesn't take much. Flip them over. We're gonna go in our favorite, salt and pepper. As much or as little as you like. Flip them over, same thing on this side. That is it. Let's get the griddle started and let's get the toast on. And clean as you go. Same as yesterday, 375, both sides. The only difference is this time for the bread, I'm gonna spray butter on this side to get it toasted. And then for the chicken, just EVO. So as this is heating up, let's go ahead and talk about the actual makeup of the sandwich. So instead of mayonnaise, what we used yesterday on the pork chops, what we're gonna use is just ranch dressing instead of the mayonnaise. So pour it on, slather it just like mayonnaise, and that'll be the ranch part. As far as the bacon goes, bacon bits. No need to complicate things. So once I have the bread slathered with the ranch, I'll just grab some of these, sprinkle them on to our liking, put the chicken on top, and then we're ready to eat. What we're looking for on the chicken is an internal temperature of 165 or more. All of these are pushing just right at that temperature already, so they're almost done. Breads are coming out nice and brown, nice and crispy. That flipped over. Let them kind of crisp up on both ends, on both sides, just a little bit more. And then again, with the ranch, the bacon, pretty much to your liking. Make it as sloppy or as dry as you want. I'm gonna go for kind of right in the middle. Get the fingers a little dirty, but not unmanageable. Just as much or as little of the bacon bits as you like on both breads. Get that spread out. It's all coming together. That right there, exactly what we're looking for. Just the right crispiness on both ends. I'm gonna call that perfect. Now there you have it, folks. Chicken bacon ranch sandwiches on the indoor griddle, meal number 2. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button and that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. We'll see you next time. You know, life moves fast. One minute you're wondering what's for dinner, and the next you're standing over the indoor Blackstone Griddle, flipping pork chops and grilling chicken like a backyard hero in your own kitchen. And here's the thing, sometimes happiness is that simple. A juicy pork chop, seared to perfection, crispy bacon bits sprinkled on tender chicken thighs with creamy ranch smothered all over the toasted bread. It doesn't take a 5-star chef, just a griddle, a little patience, and a lot of love. We spend so much time looking for complicated solutions to simple problems, But maybe the answer is right in front of us. Maybe it's in the smoky aroma, the satisfying sizzle, and a lot of love for good food. Or that first bite of something you cooked yourself. So tonight, hug your spatula, kiss your tongs, and remember, whether it's in the kitchen or in life, don't be afraid to get a little messy while cooking something simple and amazing.